Are we live? B3. I think we're live. B3. We are live? Question mark. See if anyone can answer that on the group. I think we're live. That took forever to load. I don't know what the heck was going on. It was just like going live and then just buffering for like 3-4 minutes. But I think we're good. Someone wants to let me know in the chat if we are good. Camera looks good. No lag. That's good. All three of the boys are on some kind of electric right now, so I was worried. We're live at 8:30. Wait, was it live at 8:30? I hope not. I mean, it was loading for a while, but I don't think it was loading that long. McElroy with the big win today. I know you're not a huge fan of his, Big Cat, but he pulled it out. Hard not to root for the kid. He's been around a long time. Like I always thought of him as like a little kid on the tour, you know, like a young 20s, maybe late teens. But then I look now and I realize like he isn't young anymore. He was young when I was young, but I'm not young anymore, and neither is he. You know, he's friggin' 35 years old. I'm 40, so I always looked at him as a kid, but he ain't a kid anymore. But good for him. Oh, I'm late. Yeah, what else is new, Big Cat? That's standard around here. All right, B3, here we go. We are live finally for the basketball break. Excited for this one. This is the second half of our Monopoly case, plus totally certified hobby. So we're going to run down a list of ownership, and then we're going to jump right into the break. We got football up now as well. I think there's just 10 teams left for football. This is our last football break before Optic gets here. Optic is coming in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So really excited to get the downtown chases going again. All right, let's go through a list of ownership. Be friends in on the Hawks. We got Tyler Haynes on the Celtics. B3 and the boys on the Nets. We got Joe Lurch on the Hornets. B3 and the boys on the Bulls. Brian Friends on the Cavaliers. Michael Buchholz on the Mavericks. We got B3 on the Nuggets. Michael Buchholz also on the Pistons. Joe Lurch on the Warriors. Tyler Haynes on the Rockets. B Friends on the Pacers. We got Joe Lurch on the Clippers and the Lakers. And then Tyler Haynes on the Grizz. B3 on the Heat. Be Friends on the Bucks. Tyler Haynes on the Timberwolves. We got Joe Lurch on the Pelicans. B3 on the Knickerbockers. Michael Buchholz on the Thunder. Big Cat on the Magic. We got B3 on the 76ers. Joe Lurch on the Suns. Big Cat on the Trailblazers. Michael Buchholz also on the Kings. We got B3 on the Spurs. Jason Denal on the Raptors and the Jazz. And then B3 rounding it out on the Wiz. So that's ownership. He's not my fave, but I was pulling for him today. Grand Slam, only 6. Yeah, I mean, that's what, you know, it's hard not to root for him when you realize he's got a chance to make it to the history books. I just remember him when he was a teenager, man. He must have started on the tour like 15, 12 years ago-ish. But I remember him when he was super young. He was like the young hot shot after Tiger Woods that was on the tour. So really cool for him to win today and get the Grand Slam. Really cool. All right, what are we breaking? As mentioned, totally certified. 1 auto, 2 mems guaranteed on the premium box or the hobby boxes. And then we got 10 of the Monopoly blasters. So Monopoly, 4 cards per pack, 6 packs per box. You're looking for the ultra rare money blast and then the millionaire black. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's the one we're going to start with. I'm tripping over the charger. Get that sucker out of the way. All right, here we go. Good luck, B3, on basketball. This is the last break from quarter one. So now that Q1 is in the books, we'll get calculating the amount of entries for everybody for the free break, and I'll get that preview posted up sometime this week, maybe even tonight if we got time. If we don't get to football tonight, I might be able to. Depends on how long this goes. Monday is not a busy day for me tomorrow, but Tuesday is going to be a nightmare. So tomorrow night I'm gonna have to go to bed early. I got some very higher ups coming in. Corporate. We got a crazy hit coming in this one, by the way. I just saw it. I think it's the blue zebra, which is like an ultra rare. It's like a blue zebra print. If that's what I just saw, that's going to be a big card on the first box. But yeah, I got some big wigs for corporate on the risk side coming in. Not necessarily on the management side. They're on the risk side. But I guess they want to see kind of like what our processes are for, basically avoiding risk, avoiding losses, which is kind of cool. It's always good to get these people to come in and kind of see who you are and what you're about. It's good for branding. But it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt because everyone's going to be on edge while they're there. But then after that, Thursday, I got invited into the city for a listening session with the CFO and the CCO. 25 people selected in the Northeast, and I was another one to get selected for that. So that was really cool. Some crazy things have been happening at work. Like my name's kind of been getting out there, and they're including me in a lot of things, which is really cool. It gives me a different perspective. I've been there a long time, so it's nice to see kind of how things work from the corporate side. But anyway, let's get started. Jordan Poole leading it off. You got Zubac, Julius Randle, Bradley Beal, Donovan Clingan going out to Portland. That is Big Cat Bradford. And then Dame Time on the red wave, usually 2 or 3 per box. Milwaukee. This is going to be Brian Friends on the Dame Time red wave. You got Jalen Williams, Rob Dillingham for the Minnesota Timberwolves. That one going out to Tyler Haynes on the rookie. Jalen Tyson for the Cavaliers. Be Friends. Devin Vassell going out on a base. Then you got KD, Kevin Durant, red wave for Phoenix. That is Joe Lurch. Tyrese Maxey, Claxton, and then it is the scope. It's the blue scope, or it is the zebra print kind of thing. It's Brandon Ingram for the Pelicans, New Orleans. That's going to be Joe Lurch. This kid got injured this year, but he is a phenomenal player. He is an all-star. That is a beautiful card, not numbered, but it is one of the ultra rares. It's like the blue zebra scope. You get like the right player, LeBron, big money for one of those. But Brandon Ingram, that's some solid value. Like I said, he got hurt this year, so his value is down. But he's a great player. It reminds me a lot of like Julius Randle. They play similar. They play isolation ball. Anyway, Kobe White, Alperen Şengün, Michael Porter Jr., DeMar DeRozan. He had a rough day today. Lauri Markkanen, Kyrie, the hometown kid. Khalil Ware going out to Miami. That is B3. Rob Holland on the Pistons for Michael Buchholz. Then you got Jalen Johnson and Johnny Furphy. Indiana, B Friends. I just like this kid's name. Johnny Furphy. Not bad for a first box. We'll take it. We will take it. Some red waves for some big names. Dame Time and KD. Mr. Ware has had a great little rookie year. Don't know much about it. I know Holland was one of the kids that got in the fight for Detroit with Naz Reid and Dante DiVincenzo from the Minnesota Timberwolves. They got in a pretty big little scuffle. Resulted in a few suspensions. Devi got suspended. Nas got suspended. Ron Holland, this kid, got suspended. Anyway, yeah, I won the fantasy basketball championship today. Won by about 29 points against one of my ex-employees. He's one of my ex-employees because he moved on to bigger and better things, not in a bad way. Good kid. He's the reason why he's the reason why I know Kyrie Irving, why I've met him in the branch, is because the guy that I was playing in the fantasy basketball championship this week, my old banker, Mikey, he grew up with Kyrie Irving, goes to the All-Star weekend every year with him down in Miami. Kyrie flies him and 6 of their boys out. But yeah, they grew up together here in East Orange. Kyrie's parents are still in the Oranges. They're just in West Orange now because it's a nicer area. But yeah, I've met him a couple times at the branch. He actually, brought us a good amount of business. So it was not just that he came in and said, "What's up?" He actually came in and did business with us too, which is cool. Good dude. I know he's had some weird headlines in the news over the years. He's got a little bit of Kanye West in him, but he's a good dude. He is. He's a good kid. I think, it's hard for any kid when you all of a sudden get thrown in the spotlight like that. I think everyone handles it differently, but really, he's a good kid. Good kid in his hometown, takes care of his hometown. But yeah, so that's who I was playing in the fantasy basketball championship. I think the total prize was $750, so I'll take it. Any cash is good cash. RJ Barrett, Brandon Miller, Kyrie on the red wave. He heard us talking about him. Kyrie going out to Dallas. That is Michael Buchholz. We got Kuminga, Tristan Da Silva. This kid's flashed this year. Big cat. Another red wave. This one going to be Joel Embiid for Philly. That's B3. Victor Wembanyama will always get a sleeve. You got Scoot, Anthony Edwards, Zach Edey coming out for Memphis. Tyler Haynes, nice one on the rookie there. Cam Johnson, Darius Garland, Devin Booker, Chris Middleton, DeJounte Murray, De'Aaron Fox. We got a game piece, Shaquille O'Neal, game piece AI, Jacoby Walter for Toronto. That's going to be Jason Denault on the rookie. We got Embiid. Game piece is Magic Johnson, followed by Larry Bird, Luka Doncic, and Zach LaVine. So we went from a really good first box to a dud second box, but, that's the way it goes sometimes with Monopoly. You get the right one, though. The right one can be a big one. The Color Blast, my Steph Curry Color Blast right now is selling for a pretty penny from Monopoly last year. Holding it now. I don't know if I want to keep it. I may continue to PC it, but if he makes a run this year in the playoffs, I may flip it too. I mean, his value is always going to hold high. He's got Mahomes value in the basketball world. But if you want to sell it, when he's making a run, when he's, in the playoffs. With Jimmy Buckets, they got a chance. Jimmy Butler, that dude is such a good little basketball player when it comes to playing with someone like Steph Curry, because he just takes the focus off of him. He can allow Curry to breathe a little bit. Usually when people play the Warriors, they're just following Curry around. We was hot, probably North Island at 3. Kind of like Tiger. Yep. That was just the off-season workout, Big Cat. We're just trying to get them to learn belly and power right now. Focusing on 2 plays, trying not to overwhelm them. If they can get 2 plays down, we'll be in good shape. All right, bench is good. Let's jump to box number 3. Joe Lurch starting off hot. Took Portland for the Klingon and had a decent. Yeah, Klingon did have a pretty good year, Big Cat. There were a lot of rookies that surprised me this year. Like last year, it was really one or two names only that really contributed a lot. You have the Thompson twins. You have the kid from Miami. And then you had, Wemby. But there wasn't like a bunch of contributors last year. But this year, because there is no clear Wemby, it kind of made me look at like a lot of teams and a lot of rookies differently. Like, are they getting the minutes? How much per game? Does that expand? Do they take on a bigger role? Was there an injury to one of the superstars where they had to get kind of called into action earlier? Like, I looked at the NBA differently this year. The Knicks really didn't need to use their rookies that much. So, they didn't really get a ton of time. There's Emmanuel Huck-Porty, and then there's Tyler Kolek. But neither of them really got much run because even when there were injuries, the bench is pretty deep for the Knicks for how Tom Thibodeau uses them, because he doesn't really play a deep rotation. So if he has to go into the bench, it's usually veterans before the rookies. Although Tyler Kolek did get a little bit of run. I think this is just a double red wave as well. All right, we got Anthony Edwards, Zach Edey coming back again for Memphis, and Tyler Haynes. You got Kobe White, Şengün, Tristan Da Silva coming back for Big Cat, RJ Barrett, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Williams. You got B. Mills, Halliburton, Rob Dillingham going out to the Minnesota Timberwolves. That is going to be Tyler. Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Bradley Beal, Maestre, Jaylen Brown, KD, Darius Garland on the red wave for Cleveland. That's B Friends. You got Pascal Siakam, Chris Middleton, Cam Johnson for the Nets on the red wave. I think that's B3. It is. Lauri Markkanen and Kyrie Irving. Kyrie. Zach Edey looked good. Everyone thought he was going to be too heavy-footed and slow for the league, but he flashed, man. If he can just get used to playing at this higher speed and, more of a 3-and-D spread defense, I don't know. I think he could be good. He's got the size and athleticism to do it. Magic, Grizz, and Wolves. Oh, there we go. So these are the ones that have 2 each. Everyone else has 1 each. Good. All right, there we go. Bench is set. I got a couple text messages here. Oh, I text Cassidy that I won the fantasy championship, and she was like, dang, barely. I mean, I only won by like 21 points. It was so close. It was such a tight matchup. You know what it is? It's all the rest management nonsense that's happening at the end of the year. Makes it so hard to – you have a limited amount of pickups, so you can't just pick up unlimited people. And, it just makes it difficult. Yeah, I had 6 transactions. I had 8 people sitting for rest management the last game today. So, when you have a team of 14, I had 6 actually playing today, and every one of them had a game. They just didn't play. So frustrating from a fantasy perspective. All right, here we go. Jaren Jackson going to lead us off. Franz Wagner. Jamal Murray on the red wave. That is Denver and B3. We got DeJounte Murray. Bub Carrington going out to the Wiz. That's B3. LaMelo Ball on the red wave for Nolans. Excuse me, not New Orleans, Charlotte. What am I thinking? That's going to be Joe Lurch on the LaMelo. Jacoby Walter for Toronto. That is Jason Denault. You got Joel Embiid, KD, Dame Time, Luka Doncic, Zach LaVine, Big Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, Jaylen Brown, Siakam, Tijane Salone going out to the Hornets. Charlotte, Joe Lurch on the rookie. We got Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Brunson, Maestre, Bradley Beal, RJ Barrett, B. Mills, Dillingham coming back out one more time for Minnesota, Tyler Haynes, and then Julius Randle. So we got one really nice card in the first box. The next three have been Dudsky. Boom. Get the bench in order. Might as well get Dillingham up on podium because he's got three. So Tyler Haynes, first to three. Boom. All right, number 5. This will put us halfway through. Need a pick-me-up here. Come on, Monopoly. Don't let me down, kid. Ooh, we got something coming. We got something coming. We got some color. We got a nice purple right there. Man, if that was like a the right team, like a Grizz or a Kings, that would be a beautiful color match. All right, here we go. Jamal Murray, Devin Carter coming out for Sacramento. That is going to be Michael Buchholz. You got De'Aaron Fox, Cam Johnson, LaMelo Ball, B. Mills on the red wave going out to Charlotte, and Joe Lurch. Nice one there. Joel Embiid, DeJounte Murray, Franz Wagner, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, red wave going out to the Toronto Raptors, Jason Denault. Jacoby Walter going out to Jay Denault. Bub Carrington to B3. You got Jaren Jackson, Luka Doncic, Zach LaVine, KD, Dame Time holding back. Donovan Spida Mitchell on the purple. That one going out to Cleveland. Be friends on Spida. Number 1 team in the East right now. Bang. 7 out of 91. Nice low number for Be Friends. Beautiful. Nice hit, Brian. Heck yeah. You got Tijane Salone going out to Charlotte. You hit your head?
On the hard part of the cup, like,
let me see. Okay.
With
no cushion? There's no padding there. Yeah, your head's good. There's no bump. There's no blood. Why don't you get ready for bed, bud? It's time to get ready. All right? I'll come tuck you in a minute, but your bed's already made. All right, we got Tijane Salone going out to Charlotte. That's Joe Lurch, Karl Anthony Towns, Jaylen Brown, Maestre, and Siakam. Scoot. You gonna go to bed now or in a little bit? 9:30 is bedtime. Okay. So nice little hit there for Brian Friends on Spida. Huh? Okay, so go lay down. You are tired. You slept over at Aunt Michelle's. You were up super late. You just had dinner. Now go lay down, bud. Watch some TV. Then your stomach won't hurt if you lay down and take it easy. But if you're running around dunking the basketball, playing on the mini hoop, you're gonna be tired, and your stomach's probably gonna hurt because you're tired. All right, I know we got a Cavalier in here. Where is he? Jalen Tyson going up with Spida. Ooh, Raptors. Jay Denault next to 3 with Jacoby. Mr. Walter himself. So next to 3 was Jason Denault. Boom. Halfway through. 2 hits so far. Nice low number to 91 on the purple. That's a beautiful card. And then the zebra scope going out to Brandon Ingram and New Orleans, Mr. Joe Lurch. The way some of these open, it's just like, what are we doing? Why is it opening like that? All right. DeMar DeRozan leading it off, trying to take a dive. Nicholas Claxton. You got Larry Bird on the game piece. Red Wave. That's a nice looking card. That is Boston Celtics. Tyler Haynes. You got Joel Embiid. Jalen Tyson going out to Cleveland. Be friends on the rookie. And then you got Shaquille O'Neal on the game piece. Very nice. Lakers. Joe Lurch, DeJounte Murray, De'Aaron Fox, Devin Vassell, Donovan Clingan coming back out for Big Cat. You got Cam Johnson, Darius Garland, Jordan Poole, Ivak Zubac, Victor Wembanyama. That is a always sleeve. Scooter, Bronny James finally showing up for the Lakers. That is Joe Lurch. You got Jaden Ivey, Jonathan Kuminga, James Harden, Bam Adebayo, Dwayne Wade on the game piece going out to Miami. That's B3. You got AD and Cade. Mr. Cade Cunningham. Pretty sure that's the third Donovan. So we'll get him up on a podium, I think. Nope, it was the second Donovan, but that's okay. We'll put him up anyway. Try to entice some more out there for you, Big Cat. Try to bring him some luck. All right. Let's get it. Number 7. Empty box. Some of these feel thicker. A lot of game pieces in this one. No, I don't see much else, though. All right, here we go. Yao Ming on the game piece for the Rockets. Houston, Tyler Haynes. Patrick Ewing on the game piece for B3. We got Zion and Cody Williams for the Jazz. That's Jaden Alt. Dennis Rodman on a game piece for B3. Charles Barkley on a game piece for B3. You got Klay Thompson and then Matas Buzelis going out to Chicago, B3. He's been good this year. Duncan on a game piece for B3. You got Michael Porter Jr., Jalen Green, Jared McCain on a rookie for B3. DeMar DeRozan. Silver is Cam Thomas going out to B3. Then you got Draymond Green, Kristaps Porzingis, Nicholas Claxton, Jalen Tyson going out to Cleveland and B Friends. Tristan Da Silva, Red Wave game piece for Orlando. Big Cat, nice one there. Mikal Bridges, Devin Vassell. You got RJ Barrett going back out to Jay Denault. And then SGA, Shea Gilgeous, and Jalen Johnson. That was a heavy B3 box until Big Cat stole the hit. That was theft, Big Cat. Beautiful. The silver red wave. Okay, good. All right. Get these game pieces sleeved up. All right. Number 8. 3 more to go. Empty box. right, here we go. Charles Barkley, game piece. Going out to B3 on the 76ers. Tim Duncan, game piece to B3 on the Spurs. You got Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, Magic Johnson, game piece going to Joe Lurch. Boston Celtics, Larry Bird going to Tyler Haynes on the game piece. LeBron always gets a sleeve. You got Chet Holmgren. Game piece Shaquille O'Neal going out to the Lakers, Joe Lurch. Allen Iverson game piece going out to B3 on the 76ers. Then you got Miami Heat silver game piece. This might be teal, actually. It is the teal or aqua Dwayne Wade. 5 out of 249 going out to the Miami Heat. That is B3. 005 out of 249. Dwayne Wade on the aqua game piece. I'll take it. I'll take it to 249. D Wade. You got Risache. That is the Atlanta Hawks. B Friends on the rook. Nice one there. Devin Booker. Bronny James Jr. on the Red Wave rookie. Going out to Joe Lurch. Zion. Cody Williams for the Jazz. That is Jason Denault. You got Chris Middleton. Anthony Edwards. Jaden Ivey, Red Wave for the Pistons. Michael Buchholz. Then you got Clay. Zach Edey going out to Memphis and Tyler. De Silva to Big Cat. Buzelis to B3. And then Jalen Green to round it out. That wasn't a bad little box. A couple nice rookies we were looking for finally popped. Another De Silva. Zach Edey back again. Ivy on the Red Wave. You got Cody for the Jazz. Little Bronny. Red Wave rookie. And then Risache, the Frenchman. Okay. Let's get this. So we got Zach Edey now with 3 going up for Tyler Haynes. I think we got the Heat up there, right? Yep. So where can go up there? Bronny's up there. Perfect. Let's see if we can get this situated here so we can fit the optimal amount of podiums up here. Those are the 2 big hits right now. Boom. Perfect. All right, here we go. Number 9. Empty box. Bronny making a little late run here. Surprised we haven't seen the Spurs rookie at all yet. All right, here we go. Jalen Tyson coming out for Cleveland. Brian Friends. You got Karl Anthony Towns, Big Cat on the red wave. That's B3. Jacoby Walter on the rookie for Jason Denault. You got Joel Embiid, Devin Vassell, Klingon coming back out one more time for Big Cat. Jaylen Brown on the red wave coming out for Boston, Tyler Haynes. Then you got DeJounte Murray, Jordan Poole, Vaka Zubac, De'Aaron Fox, Cam Jordan, Bronny coming back out for the Lakers. That is Joe Lurch. Jaden Ivey, Darius Garland, Victor Wembanyama will always get a sleeve. You got Bam, Dwayne Wade on the game piece for B3, Scooter, Kuminga, Yao Ming on the game piece going out to Houston. That is Tyler Haynes. You got Patrick Ewing on a game piece for B3. Bradley Beal is a silver, and James Harden to round it out. Beal is just a silver, not numbered. It is not the aqua, just silver. Phoenix, Joe Lurch. Few more game pieces coming out. These are the legends. Can't wait for playoff basketball to start. One of my favorite times of the year. It's when when basketball teams actually play hard and try is in the playoffs. Okay. Last Monopoly box coming. We need one more hit. Let's make it 4 out of 5. That'd be nice. What's up, dude? Okay, you need to go to bed. I already told you this. Go to bed. Stop playing basketball. You're gonna get dunked on. You're gonna end up getting beat up and bruised. And go to bed. Right? Didn't I tell you to go to bed? Let me see. I can see. I don't need to see your tongue. It's your lip. It's right here. I don't know why you're showing me your tongue.
No, because she made me bite my toe.
Oh, well, you're going to be okay, but stop playing with him if you can't hang with him. He's a little bigger than you, bro. If you're going to play with him, you got to toughen up. Empty box. What up, Ty? The hits up front, you got the Blue Scope Zebra. Brandon Ingram. It's one of their, short printed ones. They're not numbered, but it's like an ultra rare. Then you got Donovan Mitchell, purple, which is numbered to, I think, 79, 99, 91. 7 out of 91. And then you got Dwayne Wade on the game piece aqua, which is 005 out of 249. Game piece aqua. Then a few Red Wave rookies. You know, De Silva came out in a Red Wave rookie. Bronny came out on a Red Wave rookie. But still waiting for like one more big one. Like the gold would be good. If we can get a gold or like a color blast or money blast. We're looking for something. One more. If we can get one more and average, 4 out of the 10 boxes with a hit, that'd be great. Even 3 out of 10 isn't that bad if you think about it, but 4 out of 10 sounds better. 5 out of 10 would have sounded even better. But one more, I'd be at least happy leading into Totally Certified. All right, here we go. Last box for Monopoly. KD leading it off. Dame time. There he is, Stephon Castle. That was the kid I was waiting for, taking the Spurs. I was like, man, is he ever going to show up? Bang, Red Wave Castle. We'll take it. We'll take it. We're starting to get nervous. Didn't know if he was going to show. Showed up late. Better late than never, right? Man, thought we had enough room to do 5 and 4. There we go. Really? I was like, do we still not have enough room up there? There we go. All right. Continuing on. Cody Williams coming out for the Jazz. That is Jason Denault. Bub Carrington for Washington. That's B3. Giannis on the Red Wave. Milwaukee. Be friends. Nice one there. Klay Thompson. Buzelis coming out for Chicago one more time. That's B3. You got Jaren Jackson, Franz Wagner, Jalen Green, Jared McCain one more time for B3. That kid's done pretty well too. Scotty Barnes, LaMelo, Draymond, Kristaps Porzingis, Jamal Murray, Devin Carter for the Kings. That is Michael Buchholz. We got gold coming. Mikal Bridges, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, Jason Tatum off the back. We've got Jalen Johnson and the gold shimmer. It is Johnny Furphy. Gold shimmer. That is a color match. 147 out of 5. Indiana Be Friends. What a beautiful card. I can't believe that's only numbered to friggin' 500. That thing is gorgeous. Johnny Furphy. Gold shimmer. Beautiful card. Pacers. That is a beauty. Johnny Furphy. Nice looking card. Brandon Ingram's still the best one by far on the ultra rare. Johnny Furphy. All right, let's get the bench back in order. Giannis. Well, we got another one going up. because Bub Carrington's got 3. He's done well this last couple of weeks. He helped the guy I was playing make a bit of a playoff push. Cody got 3. Jazz on the board. Here's another good rookie, Buzelis. Matas. He had a good year too as a rook. Damn, starting to load up now. Johnny Furphy. There we go. All right. Bench is caught up. Podium's caught up. I see some action over here in the chat. Tyron Lacey suicide is rough. You know what, man? I guess he just felt like his life was over. Like he wasn't going to get drafted, so he's screwed. But, I mean, these kids got to stop messing around in cars, man. Yeah, well, they're the minutes police, Big Cat. So Coach Tibbs has a mutiny, an uprising in the fan base, and they're the minutes police. They believe that everyone's playing too many minutes. But Tibbs has been doing this for 20-something years. Like, he knows what he's doing. I'm not questioning it. Yes, Trey's always popping in. Tyler Haynes, I got you. Vanessa, what's going on? What up? We're getting to that premium box now. But that gold shimmer Furphy is a good-looking card. I don't know what Furphy's going to end up doing with himself. I don't know how well he's going to play. If he's played already, I don't really even think I saw his name this year. But it's a beautiful card, and it's a color match, so we'll take it. All right. This is totally certified. We're just going to have to kind of take them out one by one because they're kind of crossed at this point. Maybe we can get a few out at a time here. The box kind of collapsed on itself on the inside. We got a security tag in there. I dropped it. Come here, security tag. There it is. And then this thing kind of collapsed on itself. Empty box. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to rip this down, and I'm going to go tuck Trey in because he's already signaling me that he's ready to go lay down. He just likes to be tucked in. He wants his blankets to be nice and straight. I also want to grab another seltzer because I just killed mine, so it's perfect timing. There's like one sip left. But let's rip this down. Then we'll let it marinate for a second because marinating always seems to work pretty well for us. We let the Pinnacle Encore box marinate in the last football break, came back, and there was a 101 in it. We've been on a run with 101s recently. 101s and ultra rares. We've been doing pretty darn good. So, table's hot, right on time for Optic, which is coming in this week. We got 3 blasters, 3 blaster cases, and a case of megas coming this week. And then in about, I think they said 2 weeks, give or take, we'll have another 3 cases of blasters and 2 cases, and a case of megas. So 2 and 6 total is what we ordered. We'll get half now and half in about 2 or 3 weeks. Waiting on shipping confirmation for those. So really excited for Optic to come in. We always seem to do better with Optic than we do with Donruss, and we did pretty decent with Donruss this year. So I was happy. All right, let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3 total thick cards. We're supposed to have 1 auto and 2 mems, but there's 3 thick cards, so it could be mem, RPA. We're going to let it marinate right there. Let me actually move it over a little bit more, centered with the camera. There you go. We're going to leave it right there. Am I lagging? No. All right. We're going to let it marinate there. I'm gonna go get another seltzer and just tuck Trey in real quick. He's waiting for me. We got to get some top loaders up here too. Okay. Stack that up. All right, give me like 3 minutes, B3, and we'll be back for the hobby box, okay? Might as well get this stuff off the floor too. All right, I'll be right back, B3. Okay, go to bed. What did you say? That was not nice, Tracy Walker. All right, they're up in bed. I doubt they stay there, but they're there for now. Let's do it, P3. Last box. Good luck. Dame time is going to lead it off. Damian Lillard. Then you got a little Keegan Murray. Zach Edey is your graffiti artist today. Zach Edey going out to Memphis. That is Tyler Haynes. On the graffiti artist. Very nice. Those are not numbered, but you usually get two. Oh, that one is numbered. 12 out of 25. Wow. Usually those are not numbered. There you go, Tyler. Bang. Break paid for. At least for that spot. You got Baylor Shireman going out to the Celtics on a pink die cut. That one, Boston, also Tyler Haynes. Numbered 40 out of 125. So Tyler coming out firing. Let's put him over here. There's more room on that side. Tyler coming out firing. All right, here we go. You got Rob Dillingham coming back out for the Minnesota Timberwolves. That one is going to be Tyler Haynes. Then you got Andrew Wiggins. Tyler Hero. James Harden. Fear the Beard. Certified bucket is going to be Steph Curry. Chef Curry going out to Joe Lurch on the certified bucket. I do not believe that one is numbered. It is not. Then you got Chet Holmgren on the pink die cut. That's going to be numbered. We'll go back to that. Jamal Sheed going out to Toronto. He had a good game today. One shy of a double-double with assists and points. That one is Jason Denault, Yao Ming, and then back to Chet. Chet pink on the die cut to OKC. That is Michael Buchholz. Buchholz Sr. on the Thunder. Numbered 18 out of 125. Nice low number there for Chet. So Chet finally getting on the board. You know what we could do is drop that back. Drop that out there. And there we go. There's Chet. Sheed came on late. He did a lot of filling in at point guard when Emmanuel Quickley was being rested. Little certified bucket, Steph Curry. Little Chef Curry action. All right, let's keep it moving. Josh Hart, the heart and soul of the Knicks. Victor Wembanyama, that'll get a sleeve. He always does. Donovan Clingan coming back out on the Mighty. That one is not numbered, but a nice insert there for Portland and Big Cat. And then you got Bilal Coulibaly going out to Washington, second-year player. B3 on the Wiz. That one numbered low. 16 out of 49. 16 out of 49 for the Coulibaly. I'll take that. Then you got Joel Embiid. AI, Allen Iverson. Dylan Brooks. Quentin Grimes, he came on late this year too. Phenomenal playing at point guard for the Mavericks. Quentin Grimes, ex-Nick. Certified bucket back again for Ja Morant with the Grizz. That is Tyler Haynes, not numbered. Chef Curry back again, followed by Magic Johnson. And then Terrence Shannon Jr. for the T-Wolves, Minnesota, Tyler Haynes. Shannon Jr. Nice Koulibaly to 49 for B3 on the die cut. Wemby. Hopefully he gets healthy with that blood clot issue. Certified bucket Ja. And then Klingon, the mighty. Surprised that's not numbered. But a nice little rookie for Big Cat. We'll take it. All right, you got Big Cat Karl Anthony Towns, Drew Holiday, Jacoby Walter on the next graffiti. That one is not numbered. That'll tell you why it's numbered. If the numbers are purple, then it seems to be numbered. But if not, then if they're red, it's a base. I don't know. I don't know how to tell. I don't know why the other one was numbered. But the Walter is going out to Jason Denault on the rookie. Then you got Yves Missy. He had a great end of the year too for the Pelicans. New Orleans. That is Joe Lurch on the rookie. That's a base, not even the shiny one. Kyrie Irving. Tim Duncan. D'Angelo Russell. You got PJ Washington. And then the mighty. That one, Donovan Spida Mitchell going out to Cleveland. Be friends. That is not numbered. Bub Carrington going out to Washington. He ended the year great. 23 out of 75. That is B3 on Washington with Carrington. 23 out of 75 on the yellow or gold. Then you got Chris Paul and Alexander Sarr for Washington. That's why I took Washington, was for Sarr. Carrington was just a bonus. Washington coming through late for B3. Misi to the Pelicans. Jacoby Walter for the Raptors. And then a little the mighty Spida. Spida already picked up a Prizm to 91. Nice low number. All right, let's get some of these out of the way. All right. Get these over to the bench. Pelicans and Warriors. Thought the Pelicans had a podium. I guess not. Pels. They don't. Huh. All right. Let's keep it moving. We're going to go down to the first hit. We got Grady Dick. Brandon Miller, B. Mills. You got a Zachary Risache on the gold team. I don't think that one's numbered. It is not. But nice rookie for Atlanta. And B. Friends on the gold team, Risache. Kyrie Irving, red. That is going to be numbered 54 out of 149 for Dallas. That is Michael Buchholz. Nice hit there. Donovan Klingon back again for Big Cat. He's been showing up. Then you got DeAndre Ayton, Jimmy Buckets, Jeremy Sochin, And then Buzelis on a nasty 3-color patch. Certified baller, Matas Buzelis. What a beautiful card. 61 out of 75 going out to Chicago. That is B3. Heck yeah, I'll take that. What a beauty that is. Buzelis. Chunky patch. What's up, dude? You're supposed to be in bed.
It's lay down and look hurting more.
Okay, so go lay down and lay down the other way. Buddy, I can't. Then don't. Then sit up for now. I'm going to be done in 5 minutes and I'll come up. Okay, I'll be up in 5 minutes. I'm almost done. I will be up in 5 minutes. Go ahead. Thank you. 5 minutes. 5 minutos. Boom. Beautiful card. Klingin. Mavericks. Kyrie. Red. Nice little hit there for Dallas to 149. And then the Hawks with Ricochet. We'll take it. Do the Kings have a podium yet? It doesn't look like it. The Hawks do, so I can put this one up there. Pistons, no. Pelicans, no. Warriors, no. All right. You're good. Keep it rolling. Oh, there's a hit right on top. Tyrese Maxey, another gold or yellow, so that should be to like 75. That is the 76ers. Also B3. 22 out of 75. Nice low number there for Maxey. That's Philly. And then we got a few for them. Jared McCain is somewhere around here. There he is. Couple McCains. He's had a good year. All right. Cruising. We're just going to pick the whole stack up. All right, we got Pacome Dadier. That is a Knickerbocker on the rookie. That is B3. First time we've seen a Nick. David Robinson. Jaime Jaquez. Devin Booker holding back the next hit. It is Sacramento Kings. Keegan Murray going out to Michael Buchholz on the Keegan Murray gold team, just numbered to 35. 28 out of 35. Nice auto going out to Mr. Buchholz Sr. on the Keegan Murray. A lot of people high on this kid. They think he's got a future. They did get rid of the kid they sent to Indiana. What the heck is his name? It's going to kill me. But yeah, they sent a very young, talented point guard away. And this kid they're hoping is going to take over. Sacramento, nice hit. For the Kings, Michael Buchholz. On the Keegan Murray. All right. Let's get Pacome Dadier sleeved up. Next one out is for the Thunder. A.J. Mitchell, blue rookie. For OKC, Michael Buchholz again. Nice little color match there. For the Thunder, that is numbered 27 out of 99. OKC. 27 out of 99. Nice one there to go with the Chet Holmgren. Then you got another Knicks rookie, Tyler Kolek. So the Knicks finally starting to show up. There's the guard I was talking about. Spent a lot of the year in the G League. But these were the two Knicks rookies, Pacome Dadier and Tyler Kolek. All right, last hit coming up. You got Shea Gilgeous, Alexander, Draymond Green. Zion, I believe, is holding back our hit. He is. So we're going to bring the back to the front. Red Anthony Simons. That is a color match for Portland and Big Cat. That one numbered 80 out of 149. Then you got Isaiah Collier going out to Jason Denault. This kid had a great rookie year for the Jazz. Keldon Johnson coming out for the Spurs. And then Zion holding back. Orlando, it is certified ballers, Paolo Banchero. 33 out of 99 with the Paolo. So Big Cat getting the Banchero certified baller mem to 99. Wish that was multiple color. But last hit of the night going out to Big Cat Bradford. Actually, that's probably a 100 point. It's too loose in a 130. Paolo, what a bunch of hits that came out tonight, man. Jeez. We had a good number of them. Collier for the Jazz. And then Anthony Simons, one last little hit for Big Cat on Portland. We ended up pulling Anthony Simons auto last break, too. Dang. Not bad, B3. Not bad. We'll take it. Don't forget, basketball is up now. Football is up now. Football up now. I believe just 10 teams left. The biggest team left is Denver. Bo Nix. The rest are just little teams, so we're not far from closing it out. We're going to put together our break. I think Buzelis, probably the top hit, right? That was a number to 75. Nice low number. After that, probably Keegan. Zach Edey to 25, though. That's a nice low one, too. I'm going to have to say Edey's probably the big winner. Edey to 25 or Buzelis. I'm going to say it's Buzelis only because of the amount of color, 3-color patch, but it's close. Spurs were a bust. There it is. All right, we'll quickly go through the color, and then we'll go through the hits. Make some room on the bench as I throw my rack around here. I think we need just one, right? Yeah, it should do it. That should do it. One will do you. Little dab will do you. Okay. Good. Get the garbage out of the way. Get the extra racks out of here. If we close football in the next 30 minutes, I would do it tonight if we can break it by 11. So anyone who wants to come back in and continue breaking, we just got to close up football and we'll keep at it. All right, here we go. Here's your color on the Vets. We got Bradley Beal on a silver for the Suns. Cam Thomas, silver. Shaquille O'Neal, Red Wave game piece. Larry Bird, Red Wave game piece. You got Red Waves, Giannis, Karl Anthony Towns, Jaylen Brown, Jaden Ivey, B. Mills, RJ Barrett, LaMelo, Jamal Murray, RJ Barrett again, Cam Johnson again, Darius Garland, Joel Embiid, Kyrie, KD, and Dame Time. So those were your color. Okay, there's that. And now here is your recap. Golden State certified bucket, Chef Curry, going out to Joe Lurch. Rob Holland for the Detroit Pistons on Monopoly base, going out to Michael Buchholz. Yves Missy, that is the New Orleans Pelicans. Joe Lurch on a base, totally certified rookie. You got Tajane Saloon going out to Charlotte. Joe Lurch on a Prizm Monopoly rook twice. Pacome Dadier going out to the Knicks, B3. Tyler Kolek to the Knicks, B3. Jason Denault on the Jazz getting Cody Williams ×3. And then an Isaiah Collier on the totally certified. Minnesota Timberwolves, that is going to be Tyler Haynes getting Terrence Shannon Jr., totally certified rook. You got Rob Dillingham on a Prizm Monopoly base 3 times, and then also on a totally certified rook. Lakers, Joe Lurch getting Bronny James Jr. twice on the base Prizm, and then the Red Wave rookie, Bronny. Nice one there. Toronto, also Jason Denault getting Jamal Sheed on the totally certified. Then you got Jacoby Walter 4 times on the Prizm base, and then Jacoby Walter on the graffiti, not numbered. Zachary Reisesher going out to Atlanta. That is B Friends on the Monopoly base. And then the gold team, not numbered, but a nice totally certified rookie for the 2nd overall pick, Reisesher. You got Kyrie Irving, red, totally certified for Dallas, Michael Buchholz. That is 149, 54 out of 149. Then you got Boston, Tyler Haynes on the Baylor Shireman pink die cut rookie, 40 out of 125. Then you got Jared McCain for B3 twice out of Prizm, and then a Tyrese Maxey gold, 22 out of 75 going out to B3. Taking her all the way down to Washington. All right, we got the Trailblazers. Big Cat Bradford getting Donovan Clingan on the Prizm Monopoly base 1, 2, 3 times. Clingan on a totally certified rookie and Clingan on a The Mighty totally certified rookie. That one not numbered. Then you got Anthony Simons, red. Nice color match there for Portland. 80 out of 149. OKC, which was Michael Buchholz getting Chet Holmgren on the pink die cut, numbered 18 out of 125. You got AJ Mitchell, nice color match there on the blue for the rookie. OKC, Michael Buchholz, 27 out of 99. Going to the Heat, Khalil Ware to B3, and then you've got the Aqua game piece, Dwayne Wade. That is 005 out of 249. Indiana Pacers, B Friends getting Johnny Furphy on a base and the Furphy Gold Shimmer. Now that is numbered way higher than you would think, but it's a beautiful card. 147 out of 5. B Friends. All right, we got Wemby on the year 2 totally certified, and then Stephon Castle, red wave rookie, the only Castle to show up. Cleveland, that's going to be B Friends getting Jalen Tyson on a Prizm base rookie 4 times. Then you got Donovan Mitchell, The Mighty on the insert. That one not numbered. But then Donovan Spida Mitchell on the purple Prizm, numbered 7 out of 91. Nice low number there for B Friends on Cleveland. Washington is B3. We got Alexander Sarr on the base, totally certified. Bilal Coulibaly on the purple die cut, 16 out of 49. Nice low number there for Coulibaly. You got Bub Carrington coming out 1, 2, 3 times on the Prizm, and then a Carrington gold, numbered 23 out of 75 on the rookie for B3. We'll take that. Nice little ultra rare coming up here. The Blue Scope Zebra, Brandon Ingram going out to the Pelicans. New Orleans, that is Joe Lurch on the Pels. I thought I did something for the Pels already. Did I mess that up? I did. So Yves Missy should have gone with Brandon Ingram. So we'll do them together, but 2 for the Pels. Then for the Magic, this is Orlando. Big Cat Bradford, Tristan Da Silva on the base out of Prizm. 1, 2, 3 times. You also got the Da Silva Red Wave rookie. And then Paolo Banchero, certified ballers on the one color swatch, numbered 33 out of 99. Big Cat did well on both of his teams tonight. Going down to Sacktown, Sacramento, Michael Buchholz. Devin Carter coming out on the Prizm base twice. And then a little Keegan Murray blue gold team. Blue ink, numbered 28 out of 35. Nice low number there for Keegan Murray and the Kings. Nice night for Michael Buchholz all around. Going down to the Grizz. Another good night for Tyler Haynes. Ja Morant, certified bucket. That is a base. Then you got Zach Edey, 1, 2, 3 times on the Monopoly base. And then a green parallel graffiti for Zach Edey. Just 12 out of 25. You see it right down there. 12 out of 25. Nice low number for the kid, the rookie center. And then you get to the Bulls, which was B3, Matas Buzelis on a base Prizm 1, 2, 3 times. And then a beautiful red certified baller color match with the 3-color patch. That is beautiful. 61 out of 75 on the tray color for B3. So that's it. That's the end of the night right there. Great little basketball break. I love these Monopoly and Totally Certified breaks because there's a ton of color, ton of nice patches. There's some guaranteed autographs that happen. All around, just a good value break. So thanks for getting this thing closed up so we could break it today, B3. Much appreciated. And hopefully if we can get football closed, we can roll into that. You know, it was a camo card. The part, that part. So, oh, yeah, it looked like it had green in it, Vanessa, like a green background. Just opened that auto today. Aha, you got it. So you got your mail day. Good, Vanessa, good. I was missing the chat here. I was too focused. Yeah, mail days should start arriving for everybody this week. So if you haven't gotten it yet, you should be getting it very soon. But yeah, these basketball breaks, these little Prizm Monopoly ones, along with Totally Certified, bring just such a good value for the cost. Like the cost is so low compared to the hit potential. I'm a fan. Anyway, though, it is like I said, getting close to 11. I'm gonna go start working on sorting this. I might as well dive right into it while I wait for Cass to get home. So I'm gonna dive right in and get sorting. But if we can get the football break to close in the next half hour, I would break it tonight because not gonna be able to do it tomorrow night. Got to be up way too early on Tuesday. So tonight I do a little bit of a late night if we can get to it. If not, we'll do it sometime during the week. All right, B3. Love you guys. Appreciate you. And hopefully I will see you soon. B3, we out.